Hi, my name is Melissa Ayotte. I'm a Kindermusic and piano teacher in Northern California, and I put together my video called 5 Tips on Getting Your Child to Practice the Piano. A very important topic. I hope you will find it helpful. Thanks for watching. Tip number 1 is change your thinking. So sometimes parents are holding on to feelings they had about piano practicing from their childhood. And I just want you to encourage you to let go of all of that. Piano practice is not hard. It doesn't take a long time. It's just a matter of making it a priority. So what if it were a scientific fact that practicing the piano for 15 minutes a day was a 100% guaranteed way to prevent cancer? Would you get your child to do it? Of course you would. You would simply find a way to make it happen. So unfortunately, as humans, we tend to do what's easy in the moment, or we're just thinking about getting through the day. Sometimes it's hard when you have young children to think about the long-term benefits, or maybe they seem like they're just too far out of reach to matter today. But I'm here to tell you, if you make it a priority for your daily family life, that 15 minutes of piano practicing will get done, then it will. Tip number 2, schedule the piano practice after a meal. So we eat meals several times a day. This will ensure that the practicing gets done. So either after breakfast, if you have time in the morning, after the afternoon snack, or after dinner. So those are usually times when children are at home, and you just need to make the two things go together: eat, practice. Most parents find that after the coming home from school, having a snack, and immediately practicing the piano works very well. So just remember, it does have to happen every day, and after a meal is a great way to schedule that. Okay, tip number 3, I call this butt on bench. And parents, I'm talking about you here. You need to sit with your child. And by doing that, you have the great added benefit of spending some quality together time at the piano. And whether or not you have experience with music, it really doesn't matter, because the piano practicing is very simple. You can read a little bit through your child's book, and you can absolutely learn enough to help them. So especially if your child is 6, 7, 8 years old or younger, they really need the piano practicing to be together time. So again, I'm talking about 10 or 15 minutes here. You can schedule that in. Tip number 4, rewards are not bribes. So I hear this from parents all the time. Oh, I have to bribe my child to do this, bribe my child to do that. So a reward is not a bribe. A reward is something that the child will receive for doing something positive. Bribes are things that we receive for doing something negative or immoral or that goes against our conscience. So human society is based on getting rewarded for our work. So your child's work right now as a music student is to practice the piano, and they should be rewarded. Again, if your child is young, 5, 6, 7, 8, they will need that reward to be immediate. So directly following the piano practice, they will get a reward, something small that they'll receive on a daily basis. If your child is a little older, you can have them work towards a weekly or a monthly reward. What the reward is will depend on you. You know your child and your family situation. The reward could be playing a board game with you. The reward could be, receiving a small toy or a yummy treat. Just make sure that they receive it right away, that you are prompt about delivering the reward, that it's something that they really want, not something that you want them to have, but something that they really want to have, and it's something that they would not normally receive had they not practiced the piano. And by the way, you can use the reward system for many, many other things. Tip number 5, praise the effort and not the result. So think process, not performance. So the music will not be perfect. So what? We're not going for perfection. We're going for practice. So making mistakes sometimes is uncomfortable for children, but it's part of what musicians need to get comfortable with. Making mistakes and moving through them, making mistakes one day, but maybe not making the mistakes the next day. And your child doesn't have experience with this type of process yet. So be sure to praise their effort. When you hear them playing something beautifully, say something like, wow, that sounded great. Your practicing is really making a difference. Instead of, wow, that sounded great. You can finally play it. So it might seem like a slight difference, but it actually is a big difference. I want to touch back on what I said at the beginning of the video about piano playing preventing cancer. That might have sounded silly to you. Obviously, it hasn't been scientifically proven, but you know what? It just might be true. Making music raises the vibration of the body, it stimulates the brain, it reduces stress, and it raises self-esteem. All really healthy stuff. So you can Google more on that if you'd like, but that's it from me for now. I hope you enjoyed my 5 tips on getting your child to practice the piano. Thanks for watching, and have fun with your child at the piano today.